Hi guys, I read 4 books in February and I loved all of them, so I wanted to talk about them today. Definitely not as much as I read last month, but I loved all of them, so I think it's quality over quantity, and 4 is still a good amount for 1 month. That's like a book a week. So the first book that I read was Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn, and I know that book is so old and I'm like the last person to read it, but I loved it. I love Gillian Flynn. Her writing is like so raw and honest, and there's just like a ton of plot twists. I would say it's more of like a crime thriller, like it's not super scary. It's very much the genre, a small town where something ain't right, which I love. So the main character in this book is a reporter that lives in Chicago named Camille Preaker, and she's from the small town in Missouri called Wind Gap, and her boss informs her that there has been one murder of a little girl in Wind Gap and another little girl has gone missing. So he assigns her to go back to Wind Gap and report on the case. So this book takes place over a summer in Wind Gap where Camille is connecting back with her roots, spending time with her family again, learning about some secrets from her past, all while basically trying to solve the murder and report on it. But it was so entertaining. I just wanted to keep on reading it. It was like addicting. Her writing's so beautiful. And I also watched the show after, and the show was so good. It's genuinely one of the best like book to on-screen adaptations that I've ever seen. And everything that they added to the show that wasn't in the book, I thought was great. It is a pretty dark book, but I feel like it touches on important topics like the cycle of abuse. But I gave the book and the show 4.5 stars. Then I read Bunny by Mona Awad, and this had been on my TBR for so long. I genuinely don't know why it took me so long to read it, but I'm so glad I have a hard copy of it as well. So this is a really weird book. It's super popular on Book Talk, and it's about this student named Samantha who's in this really prestigious MFA writing program, and she's in an all-female cohort. So it's her and 4 other girls, and it's the school's first all-female cohort, and the 4 other girls are in this really cliquey group that Samantha calls the Bunnies. They all call each other Bunny. They're like, love you, Bunny. Oh, I love you so much, Bunny. It's like very satirical about girlhood, which was funny. And at first, Samantha doesn't like them because they're like so obnoxious and exclusive, but she is very enamored by them. And then they invite Samantha to hang out with them for a night called their Smut Salon, which is one of their like weekly group hangs, and then weird stuff starts happening there at the Smut Salon. This book did feel like a fever dream. It's very confusing, it's weird, it's very open-ended. So if you don't like open endings up to interpretation, then you would not like this. I think it's like technically a horror book. I would say it's more like psychological horror, but it's not that scary. It's just like there's some violent things that happen in it, but I didn't think it was too scary or disturbing or anything. And I also think it's interesting that I always see this book on lists with like an unlikable female main character. I didn't think she was unlikable at all. I thought she was unreliable. I didn't particularly like her, but I didn't dislike her at all. The writing is also fun. Like there's a couple sentences about how much someone loves Pinkberry, and I love the author's description of Samantha's first night at the Smut Salon because I just felt like so transported into the book, and she just did a really good job at creating a really like dreamy, weird environment. And then a funny part was that she said that Wuthering Heights by Kate Bush kept playing, like that song, and I was like, that's so weird because that song is like trending right now because of the movie. But it's like a fun, culty, weird book set in a dark academia setting. If you're into that, then you would like it. I gave it 4 stars. Then I read If Beale Street Could Talk by James Baldwin, and I'm a huge James Baldwin fan. Before this, I've read Go Tell It on the Mountain and Giovanni's Room, both of which I gave 5 stars, but this one I gave 4 stars. It just didn't like impress me as much as the other ones. I think because the main character is a female, and I think I could just like see the disconnect between James Baldwin and writing a female main character. Like I think that Giovanni's Room and Go Tell It on the Mountain are semi-autobiographical, so I think that those characters were deeper and he just did a better job writing those characters. However, the storyline and theme of If Beale Street Could Talk is very, very important. So this is about a 19-year-old young woman named Tish, and her boyfriend, Fonny, has been wrongfully imprisoned, and she finds out that she's pregnant. And basically throughout the whole book, her family and Fonny's family are trying to get him out of prison because he's innocent. And this is a really important story about how mass incarceration and systemic racism is used as a modern day form of slavery. So racist cops and racist judges and these racist people in institutions, because they're not allowed to have Black people as slaves anymore, they just wrongfully imprison them. And it's so important because it's from the perspective of the family, and it's just so important to read those perspectives. But the writing obviously is amazing. It's James Baldwin. I gave it 4 stars, again, because it's such an important story and it was great, but the main character didn't amaze me like I've seen him do in other books. And I have not seen the movie yet, but I really want to watch it, and I will watch it soon. Then the last book I read was The Lamb by Lucy Rose, and this book was crazy. I have so many thoughts about it. So this is a horror book that is very gory and very scary. It's about this little girl named Margot, and she is growing up in rural England, and she lives with her mom, and her mom is a cannibal, and it's just them in the house, and the mom clearly is like severely mentally ill and doesn't work, so she can't afford to feed Margot. So instead of getting a job and like paying for normal food, they prey on people that are driving or walking through their neighborhood and kill them and eat them. And this is actually a debut novel from the author Lucy Rose, and I think that the writing in this was so effective as a coming of age story that it was so impressive. It really feels like it's told from the eyes of an 11-year-old girl, because she's being severely abused and neglected and just doesn't really realize it. Like, she's stating everything just as a fact, as how it is, because she doesn't know any better. So it was so hard to read someone being abused and neglected to that level. And I don't really want to spoil anything else, but it's very much a coming of age story where Margot starts questioning how her mom is treating her and kind of starts realizing that what they're doing is wrong. It was like very chilling and sad, but I think it was really interesting to read because the writing technique was so good. So those are all the books that I read this month. I know that video was kind of short, but thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, if you like my recommendations, please like this video and subscribe. If you've read any of these books or watched any of these movies, please let me know and comment below. I love speaking with you guys in my comments. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!